On this week's show, we will be reviewing Tron Ares and also getting stuck into what we've been watching and playing and having a chat about some new movie trailers. So stick with us. Hello and welcome to Middle Aged Geeks. I'm one of your hosts, Daz, and I'm joined as always by my trusty co-host, Philly. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a chat about this one. And some cool trailers came out this week as well. So I'm interested to have a quick chat about them as well. It's been pretty good. What about yourself? You had a out and about today?
Yes, indeed. I'm just back from an hour in the sauna and cold ice plunges. So yeah, I am raring to go. That's a lot of fun, that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's get stuck into some news, some movie trailers. Any trailers pop out for you this week?
Well, there's one we were discussing over text, which was what was it called? We Bury the Dead. Yeah. That looks class.
That looks really good, doesn't it?
I think my favorite part of the trailer though is at the very, very end. There's this noise. It sounds almost like crunching teeth or something. At the very, very end, I was like,
about?
oh, I don't know what the hell it was, but it's just like a visceral reaction I had to it, like Jesus. But I really hope that's good, because you want Daisy Ridley to kind of get back into getting some good roles and good movies, because it happens to people getting into Star Wars movies. You're in one, and then that's it. You see people fuck all else afterwards. So I'm hoping it's good. Yeah, but it looks cool. And then the one I really liked was the thing with feathers, the trailer for that.
Oh, that looks fantastic. That's one of the best trailers I've seen in quite some time. It's brilliantly edited. The sound design, everything, it really conveys that kind of the manic nature of what I hope the film is, and that kind of dealing with grief and trauma and the weird and wild kind of visuals and the sound of the bird talking to him. It just looks amazing.
I didn't place it. Is that Kieran Hines doing the voice?
Sounds like it. Yeah.
I was like either him or David Toulis. I was just like, is that Kieran Hines? I wasn't sure. But it's
so
great,
deep and menacing. And
I suppose like it kind of had the vibes of one that he did. Was it last year, or the year before? Cumberbatch did that series on Netflix, where he had the invisible thread, and he got that. Had vibes of that, and maybe a little bit of kind of, a monster call. It's just that it's the representation, of what he's going through, the big crow, but it just looks class. I love that it's always just out of focus, and I'd imagine that'll be a tearjerker for sure.
Yeah.
The only other one I wanted to say was there was a final trailer for Predator Badlands, and which is cool because you get to see the Predator actually talking, in Predator language.
Yeah.
But I don't like that it's fucking 12. It's like, just come on, give me the violent fucking.
Oh fuck,
thing.
Is it?
Yeah, they've gone 12s with it, which is just like, and I trust Dan Trachtenberg. He's done a great job so far. So, but it's just, I can't believe they gave it that cert. Like I don't know. Like surely there isn't too many people of that age range that are into Predator. I would have thought they'd just go for the 16s or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, even just 15s, for fuck's sake, because 12 means that you are kind of limited in terms of, like, you can get away with kind of intricate violence and blood. You're not going to get away with, but you can get away with implied violence, but not that much blood. I mean, cursing and all that. You don't really need that in Predator movies, but that's what you're going to see. It's just like going to see, an alien movie or something, and it's like, oh, it's PG. It just doesn't work. Like, you're there to see the Predator kick some fucking ass, but I'm sure it'll be badass anyway. Badlands will be badass.
What about yourself? Any news? Any box office news or trailer news in your end?
Yeah, following on from last week's The Smashing Machine, we were wondering what the box office would be, because does The Rock still have it? And especially if he's kind of out of his comfort zone and, delivering a great performance and stuff, like, is his box office kind of chops on the decline? Is it going to continue? And yes, it is. It seems like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, his box office appeal, it's not really working anymore. Like, the movie made just about 5.5 million in the US opening weekend. I think as of today, I think it's made like 8 or 9 million worldwide, that's a box office flop. And I know people saying like, oh, but this is more for, it's geared towards award season and all that kind of stuff. But, still you're thinking with The Rock in this movie that centers around MMA and the fighting kind of, that you're going to get enough people going to see. As fans of him, surely people would want to see him take a more dramatic turn. And can he actually do it? If you are a fan of his, just like Jim Carrey back in the day, you really wanted to see if he could, go down the dramatic route if you were a fan of his work. So I don't know why just no one's going to fucking see this.
Yeah, like I no hate on Mark Kerr, but maybe it's just a lot of people wouldn't know him either. Like it's kind of to have the draw in of The Rock. Like, well, look, cool. I mean, maybe some people like The Rock. Okay, who's he playing? Well, Mark Kerr. No, fucking no, I don't have a clue. Like, and it's a remake of pretty much a dramatic remake of a fucking documentary. And it's just. It's for some people who don't know anything about it or weren't interested, they're just going to go, no, not about it. I really wanted to see his performance. I heard so much about it. And so, I'm delighted for him and I'm glad we got to see it, but I just don't see where the draw is. I don't see who this is for really, that movie. But it's a pity. It's a pity because I'm sure he and others have looked on that movie at the people who made it and thought I really gave everything to that, and did give it my absolute best, and it is his best performance in anything. And for it to be such a flop must be a real kick in the teeth.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see what happens come award season, whether it was worth the punt. But and in other news, there was a couple of trailers that I'm probably never going to watch, but I just wanted to gauge your opinion on them. Like Greenland 2 : Migration came up when I searched new trailers, and it's like Jared Butler's new movie Greenland 2. I was just like, what the fuck is this, a sequel to a movie? I didn't even know it was a movie called Greenland. And it's like the end of days, end of the world, and they're in a bunker somewhere, and then they you get out of the bunker because it's crumbling or something, so they have to migrate to France, where there's like some kind of mountainous area that the winds and electrical storms can't get you, and you're just like, it's just another, it's another Jared Butler special, fucking Olympus
God, he
Fall or something.
Shit movies. He just
it's just what was the one with the weather one? What was
Geostorm?
Geostorm. Like, I have to say, I will definitely watch this because myself and Ali, we love watching a bit of Jared Butler absolute fucking pants movies because they just tick all the boxes. It's silly action, but they're also unintentionally hilarious, which is sometimes the best comedy of all.
Did you watch Plane?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch that one. Of course, I fucking watched it. Yeah, with what's his face? The big dude from Mike Coulter from.
Yeah.
Oh, that's totally worth to watch. Yeah, it's silly as anything. Like.
And there was one other Mercy that I saw was popping up all over the place. Another Chris Pratt movie, and it's another in that realm where you're just going, he just keeps churning out these movies, but it's where he is trying to prove his innocence after being accused of killing his wife, but he's been accused by this new Mercy program, which is an AI judge, jury, and executioner thing, which you're kind of going, okay, once you're kind of touching on that Minority Report kind of vibes where the AI is he has to prove it to the AI that he hasn't killed his wife. But the problem is with the trailer is it's another one of these movies where, not that it's exactly like War of the Worlds, the recent one, but it's similar in the setup where Chris Pratt is just sitting in a chair in a room for pretty much all of the trailer, talking to the camera or to a screen where there's some characters playing the AI, and it's like, oh god, is this? I don't know if that's going to work, or is that someone said, we can make this for fucking 50 million quid, go for it. Looks interesting, but also
I like the idea.
Absolute fucking the idea is great.
Yeah,
but could be absolute pants. I think that's all the news and all the trailers for this week. So let's get stuck into what we've been watching and playing. Have you been getting stuck into anything new, or just same old?
No, nothing new, man. And I haven't even touched Yotai. I have been just...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm just completely absorbed in Hades 2.
How many hours have you put in?
I don't want to think about it, to be honest. But it's a fair few. I've played it most days for the last week, and it's just been... Yeah, it's just so addictive. Like, you're doing the same run over and over again. I know it's going to take me X amount of time, but it's just like, okay, I need to get through because I have to have, X amount of conversations with this person to bond with them to get their thing. And it's just little bits, and but I'm still absolutely loving it. It's funny. I'm loving the character, Melinda Way. And I was thinking actually while I was playing it today, some of the best games you've played this year, and I think you'll agree with this. I have been female characters led. Like even
Absolutely.
Silksong, even Hornets, female. You've got that. You've got obviously you've got this. You've got Expedition 33. I have no doubt I'll be adding Metroid into that later on in the year as well. Ghost of Yotai. Like, it's a real good change of the better games this year for me have all had female protagonists.
Yeah, and I'm always, if I'm doing character creation or like Mass Effect back in the day where you could pick Shepherd or female Shepherd, I'm always going for the female badass. Just much more fun to play, kicking the fucking shit out of dudes as a cool badass woman warrior is always a lot more rewarding, I think. You've been watching anything?
I watched Conjuring Last Rites, the latest movie.
On a level of 0 to shit face.
It's better than the third one, but it's not as good as the first two. Mind you, it's a low bar to clear. The Devil Made Me Do It was it's a pretty poor movie, pretty bad movie.
Is it scary?
No, it's not scary at all. It's cheap stuff again. Like the first and second one, I just think are so good, really, really good. It just doesn't really live up to them. But apart from that, no, nothing really else this week. What about yourself?
Watching wise, nothing at all. I've just been fucking watching YouTube whenever I can. Just been so busy with work, but and mainly because Ghost of Yotai is taking up every single waking moment. Even lunch breaks at work, just pop down, stick on the PlayStation. I fucking love it. I just absolutely love it. Visually, it just gets better and better in every kind of area that you go into. You just can't beat just flying around the landscape on your horse with purple flowers around the place and just amazing sunsets, and it's just fantastic. And combat, bit by bit as you progress through the story, you get more and more weapons, and then just makes the battles more and more rewarding and difficult in the same way. So there's even guys that are just setting the grass around you on fire and stuff, and it's just trying to cycle through specific weapons to fight specific enemies. That you just never tire of that. When you start getting into your fucking groove, it's just like, oh, bring it on. You're all fucking going down. It's brilliant, and I'm so invested in the story as well. I think the story is hitting much more than the first one, the first Ghost of Tsushima, and also like Assassin's Creed Shadows, which had a similar kind of story as this. This is trumps that completely. It's just it's more about family, and it's much more emotional. And Atsu is a far better protagonist. She's just brilliant to control, and she's fucking cool. I got some badass cool, like kind of like white, black, and purple armor. It's just like, oh, bring it. It's just fucking so good. Yeah, I'm loving it. It's perfect. It's after a couple of those roguelike games where it just wasn't rewarding my time with enough progression. This is one where I've probably played about 10 or 12 hours, and I've done like one main story mission. I'm just fucking fluting around the world, just doing all these side missions. I just don't want it to end. So loving that. But hoping to try and get stuck into a bit more TV over the next week. But yeah, that is what we've been watching and playing. So now let's get stuck into our movie review. This will be a good one. Tron Ares. Take it away, Philly.
Yep, cheers, Daz. Yeah, this is Tron Ares. For those of you at home, we do a very spoiler-free, for the most part, discussion about the movie, and then we will get on then into spoiler town, but we'll give you plenty of notice. So I'll just have a quick synopsis, Daz, and stuff, and then we can go into initial thoughts. So it's the blurb for it basically is: a highly sophisticated program, Ares, is sent from the digital world into the real world on a dangerous mission. Doesn't really do like the plot is already wafer thin, so the description of it might as well be as well. So this one, is directed by Joachim Runig, on a screenplay by Jesse. I'm gonna get his name wrong. Wigato. And it's the third movie in the series. I mean, if you've Tron and Tron Legacy, I actually quite enjoyed Legacy, mainly down to
me too.
Yeah, mainly like it looked gorgeous. Soundtrack was great, which you're probably going to hear a lot of that in this as well.
Yeah.
So this one stars Jared Leto, Greta Lee, Evan Peters, Jodie Turner-Smith, Hassan Minhaj, and Arturo Castro, Gillian Anderson, and the wonderful Jeff Bridges. And it's produced by, amongst others, Steven Lisberger, who's the creator on the first one, who made the first one. And can't go any more further without saying the soundtrack by Nine Inch Nails is phenomenal. It's absolutely one of the best scores. Yeah, it's one of the best scores I've heard in a while to anything. I was even thinking as I was playing it or watching it, going, "Oh, I'd love to hear this in a video game." I'd just be fucking rocking along to it the whole time. Game. Yeah, Jeez. It's so good. I know they've done a bunch of movies and TVs, but yeah, a whole game or two with them, and it'd be great. So look, Daz, give me your kind of overall opinion, and then we can jump into some specifics then.
Soundtrack's great. That's it. It looks good. I really wanted this to be a good movie. I really wanted to like it. The trailers didn't really give much away story-wise, focusing on the visuals and music. And I was hoping that it would just give a bit more apart from that. And I don't think it does. I think this is a really, really amazing music video. But everything required to supplement a music video to make it into an actual movie is really bad. Script, characters, dialogue, plotting, I just didn't really like any of that. I thought the script is the worst offender, because the movie, the concept in here is quite good, and we'll kind of get into that. But the franchise as a whole, I think, deserves a better screenplay than this. In this day and age as well, when AI is so prevalent and all that. This it's just so much to get into about the plot. And just, I just thought it was very disappointing. But the music and visuals, like, there are some moments in this where you're just going, "This fucking cool, man. This is really fucking cool." Like, some fantastic sequences, but it's all just kind of a jumbled mess around that. Jared Leto, I just don't get him. I don't know why he's in it. Characters, I didn't give a shit about anything apart from going, I want a motorbike with red vapor trails. That's about it. How about you?
Well, despite it's got zero character development at all, which is wild to me. There's nothing really character development.
Nothing. They don't do anything.
Nothing. But I despite that, and despite so many negatives that we're going to go into over it, I like this movie. And I did so I was going to, because you would text me said, the music's good, visuals. Apart from that, it's got nothing. I was like, I'm not going to tell him that I like it.
I knew when you didn't text back. I was just I've set the bar so low for him now going into it. He's going, quite good.
But look, I'm saying that just because it's the visuals are absolutely outstanding, and the music and those action set pieces, because that looks so amazing, that I was happily enough, even though the story on this is fucking ludicrous and everybody's characters is hollow as anything, that there's nothing to them. If anything, I actually didn't mind Jared Leto simply because of the fact that he was so played down, like his characters, because I'm used to him being fucking the Jared Leto show, whereas this he was just so laid back, if you know what I mean. Like, he was just as in completely played down. Maybe they cut pieces out, I don't know, but his character was as boring as a computer program made person should be. None of the humor.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm gonna say none of the humor hits. None of it.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot. They put your man, what's his face, Arturo Castro in there. Like, he is a funny guy. He's like an impressionist and a comedian and an actor and everything. And he's great. And I know they've put him in to be comic relief, but then they've also put other characters in there to be comic relief as well. It's like, okay, which one is the funny guy? Which one is the serious guy? Like, what? Yeah.
Well, at a point, Jared Leto starts trying to be funny, and you're just like, what? Is this character development? Suddenly he's a computer program, kind of boring and just very, straight-laced, and suddenly kind of develops a personality, but he doesn't. He just starts kind of making jokey remarks. It's like, what is that supposed to land? What the fuck? And then he talks about, I love Depeche Mode. What the fuck is going on here? Someone going, give him personality. Hey, he likes 80s. Depeche Mode. He likes that. And just, what the fuck? That's not character development. That's not.
No, it's paper thin.
12-year-old writing it.
And some of the lines are fucking shocking. But I still watch that. I'm just going to be honest about it. I'm not going to lie for the sake of it. Like I literally came out of the movie and went, actually, I enjoyed that. Like I enjoyed it. It was stupid. It was silly. But I mean, at the same time, I said at the start, check out Plane with fucking Gerard Butler. So because, again, you'll enjoy it because it's so fucking stupid. And this just happens to look fucking unbelievable, and it should do for $180 million.
It's amazing it costs that much money.
Yeah. I don't know how much that went on wages. Like there are some incredible actors in this movie who have been given fucking nothing to do. It's so annoying. Like I love Evan Peters. He's one of my favorite actors right now. I think he's fantastic. And just he gets a few bits of getting to show emotion and outbursts and stuff. Gillian Anderson barely anything at all.
She's the best thing in it for me. Gillian Anderson is the best thing in it, and she's in it for 90 seconds.
She's the only one that's actually living on planet Earth. Like she's the only one that's like, this is a bad idea. We shouldn't do this. This is fucking ridiculous. What are you doing? Like she's the only sane person.
Why is nobody terrified about this idea that we're doing here?
She's the only sane person in the fucking whole place. Like TRON is already a stretch. You know what I mean? That the idea of it and the thing, but like this, they've taken it to a whole other level. Not only can you, we'll maybe talk about that a little bit more in Spoiler Town. But the whole like thing of I love. It's so dumb the way they get. Obviously, I said in the what's it called? This isn't a spoiler because I said at the start things get sent into the real world from the digital world, and you'll have seen it in the trailer. But the way that gets done is like it's like a giant 3D printer, and I love the way, because if you print something 3D, you have to have all the support structure and stuff around it. You snap off and all the rest of it. And I love that when they come in, they all have that on them as well. I was like, that's so fucking stupid. I love it.
Why is nobody terrified when the showcase at the start, and he's like, this is what we can do. You can here's TRON, or here's Ares, like a super soldier, smart and brilliant. Basically, he's Jared Leto. Jared Leto wrote these lines. Like, he's Jared Leto. He's amazing, super smart and brilliant. And it's like, okay, and you can have him at 30 seconds, bang, we can print him, or print a tank, or all this stuff. And everyone's just, after the presentation, like, oh, thanks, we'll let you know if we're interested. Why is nobody fucking terrified about this? Why is nobody going, what the fuck is
they all leave.
You just printed a man. You printed a person. Like,
but all the people who showed up are like people who want to, bid on this stuff. And like, these are like army generals and businessmen and stuff. Like, it's a proper real company that he owns. It's not like some back alley shady dealings like he's selling nuclear weapons or whatever. But when they all leave in sports cars. Like, this is like a fucking Lamborghini and all this kind of stuff. What the fuck? It just weird choice. It's like fucking someone, Jared Leto lent them his garage or something. Here you go. But it's maybe we'll go on the performances. So we've said Jared Leto's name about 20 million times. Like, I'm happy that it was a subdued character, subdued performance, because it's just not what I'm used to from him. So I was thankful for it, but it's flat as fuck. There's no one in this really, or as you said, Gillian Anderson, where I'm like, okay, that character is actions match with who she is, that. But apart from the rest of them, like, no, I don't. You're just annoying as fuck. Like.
Yeah, it just everyone is just like, flat is the perfect word, and just kind of just bored by them and the script as well, what they have to say. But it's just so flat. There's no sense of emotion or tension or dread or the weight of the stakes of anything that's happening in the movie is conveyed through these characters at all. Gillian Anderson is the only person, like I said, she's in it for 90 seconds and that's it. Everything else is just, I don't know, just, if there was more a sense, and I guess this kind of gets in more to the script of the sense of maybe how people are dealing with this this technology and what can happen, and the TRON fucking shit coming into the real world, which is the most amazing part of the trailer because of the potential for that scenario when you're looking at the trailer, you're going, oh, fucking cool, because you're going, where they're going to take this franchise and bring it in. And like, it's a perfect example that we're trying to talk about the characters and already start talking about the cool shit, because there's nothing to talk about the performances. They're just so bland. I couldn't get over it. I'm delighted Jared Leto is not a overacting maniacal madman, but he just seems to kind of act like, look at me, I'm Cyber Jesus and I'm gorgeous, and it's just like, do something, fucking do something. Even when he changes, like, from to kind of like as the Master Control program, and then to become somebody who, you know, revolts against them or whatever, and it's like, but there's no change in his performance. He still acts the same and just speaks the same. And there's no there's no character development at all. It's just one note.
Yeah, no, it is. It's mad to have so little character development. Like, I get it. A lot of these movies are just like, oh, who gives a fuck? But the problem is,
give him some emotion. Give him some emotion.
Yeah, something. but also this isn't the once off. Like, if this was, say, just a throwaway movie where you were just going to get a load of fucking cool action and all the rest of it, and we'll move on. Okay, fair enough. You can kind of go, fair enough. There's not going to be a massive amount of character development because that's all. But we're on a third movie here. This is the third movie in the series. And they're continuing to try and link the three movies together. And which we get lovely fucking dump load of exposition in the opening credits. So, like, you have to, you can't just glaze over and go, it's just an action movie. No, it's part of a series. You've created a world here, and you're introducing new characters into this world, and they're all boring as fuck. Like, it's just, yeah. And like, the thing about it is the amount of time that they've had on this, because they started working on this right after Tron Legacy. So like 2010.
Wow.
They started, this was started working on it, right? And initially it was going to be Olivia Wilde and Garrett Hedlund. They were going to basically follow their story, Olivia Wilde's into the real world, so that part of the same Tron Ascension or something they were going to call it. And then, but that happened, and then fucking it just, you went over a few years of faffing about. It was happening, it wasn't happening. And then eventually they just scrapped it after a few years. And then in 2017, that's when Jared Leto signed on. So he signed on 8 years ago to do this. And he signed on as an actor, producer, which he is. But he signed on back in 2017. And then like they had to rewrite the script completely, because they just changed the idea of what they wanted. And of course, this many years have gone past since Olivia Wilde and Garrett Hedlund. They couldn't do a direct follow-on, as in this just happened. So they were doing knew they have to do a time jump or a soft reboot or whatever. But then you have COVID and the writer's strike and all the rest of it. Like, so it didn't actually get into production until January of last year. Wow. So like, we're talking about a movie here that's fucking 15 years in the making, and this is what they came up with, like, which is a real fucking bummer. Like, if you've rewritten the script, they've changed director, all that stuff. This script,
the script it's so poor that there's no need for it to be this poor. It's like, it's cliched nonsense. It's just even the cartoonish portrayal of fucking corporations, like, oh, the evil big bad, and just like, and then Eve and the other ones is like, oh, she's all happy about, no, use this technology to make plants and food and stuff like that, and actually that, like, that corporation, the whole thing, like, we're going to make super soldiers and weapons and rah, and I'm the fucking Gillian Anderson's son, and I'm the fucking silly young CEO now who's just obnoxiously fucking petulant, and it's stupid. But it's almost like, from his portrayal, it's like you've essentially, and kind of getting into the tech now, you've created like a Star Trek replicator, essentially. It's not just tanks and stuff, and just like, you can see that there's like Eve, they created a tree with oranges you can eat and stuff, and like, oh, so you can make food, and you make people, you can make anything you want. Why are you trying to sell like just military things to people? Surely, even if you just monetize it in terms of like, we can save the world, we can create medicine and organs and people and animals and food.
Like, I would argue that you're thinking of that from the normal human side of things, but for profit, purely for money, for profit.
But you could still charge, and you instead of it just being military, you can just charge. We can make anything, medicine for anything. We'll charge a little bit whatever, but you'd make a shit ton more than just selling fucking tanks to people. Anyway, with that straight away, it's more so, yeah, the that cartoonish kind of, it's just so fucking lame. It's so outdated. It's so 80s. It's like, I don't think it needs to be, even though it's, the fucking 1980s, 82 fucking franchise. But yeah, just the script is just a colossal letdown in terms of the potential that was there in terms of like AI sentiency and is that even a word? Becoming sentient AI, the possibility of this technology, and more so the whole TRON fucking things coming into the real world. It's for such kind of high concept potentials for the script, it ends up being very a low key thing. Even in the bigger moments, it's still quite a small movie, 180 million, but it's not like this giant fucking invasion of all this thing. It's like 3 people and 3 fucking vehicles come into the city or something. It's like,
yeah, it's an incredibly empty kind of like world, which is wild when you consider what we see in the trailer and what the implications are. It is, yeah, and the distances, and we won't. I don't want to go into stuff without spoiling it, but the distances and the times that they have to complete certain things really don't match up. You know what I mean? You're like, that definitely needed to take longer than that amount. Like, it's just some of that stuff is a bit. The geography of it is a bit all over the place when it comes to that. But let's spend a bit of time on the visuals, right? Because fuck me, man, this looks amazing. Like that the thing that you see in the trailer, the fucking Space Invader ship, whatever the fuck they call it, that thing, that looks phenomenal. It looks cool in general. Obviously, things with fucking leaving these light trails behind and stuff. But I love that those things stay solid. Like, there's one part where there's a fight, and it's blue guys against red guys, whatever, and they have these staffs, and the staffs that they're using leave behind a trail. And at one point, he gets it and jumps and slides along on his elbow along on the trail of it, and it just straight back into the fight. That kind of stuff is fucking cool. Like the stuff, the light cycle leaving the big thing behind it that you see in the trailer as well. It cuts the cop car in half. That kind of shit just looks phenomenal. It really, really does. Like, it's
amazing. Like, amazing.
Yeah. I think it's ILM. I think we're the main company with a bunch of other ones.
It makes sense, and I'd imagine some people from ILM would say, right, well, if you want something to look that good and to have a large scale invasion to like really fulfill the potential of this fucking cyber invasion with that much detail, would probably cost about 500 million quid, because like a large part of the budget obviously has gone on the visuals here. And even though it felt it is quite small scale in terms of the grander plot, but those bits that they have done, the light cycles and the fights and the hand-to-hand stuff, it's just as there's no aspect of it where you kind of go, oh, that was a dodgy shot or blurred, kind of the way Marvel would do if they're running out of budget. They'll just blur a few shit or just shake the camera or something. This just looked fucking pristine, like gobsmacking. Just sitting there in IMAX looking at it going, fuck. And when those sequences, the visuals, and we'll get into the music, but when it's accompanied by that kind of music, you are just sitting back there going, holy fuck, like this is it's just amazing. But then that scene ends and you're back to back to dope fucking boring shit.
Well, and that's like, I'm sitting watching it, like looking at it going, Jesus, I really wish I still got high, because like it just looks out of this world. And the only part I think that maybe looked a little bit hokey, and again, is maybe when the light cycle or the glider or whatever else are first forming, when they're kind of almost an outline.
Oh yeah.
Like once they come
in
and they're actually formed, they look fantastic. But that kind of blueprinty kind of part of it, I didn't think it looked that cool.
I don't think they know how to do that convincingly.
Yeah. But like once they're fucking tearing around in those bikes, man, I could have watched bike sequences like that like multiple times throughout the sign me up. Yeah. But it's the Nine Inch Nails soundtrack. We touched on that at the start. I don't know. I wouldn't be a fan of Nine Inch Nails music itself. But I know that Trent Reznor and what's his name,
Atticus Ross.
Yeah, I know that they've done a bunch of work on different movies and TV shows. But here, this is just phenomenal. This is hitting the tone of the movie and everything absolutely perfectly. Like the light cycles going through the fucking dark night, these fucking red lights, and this fucking banging music, but they know when to keep it light as well. And it's yeah,
it's not overbearing. Yeah,
no, it's not. Like, as you see, and I think probably again, as I said in the trailer, the snowy kind of mountain stuff. We're up there a little bit and stuff. That some of the shots are gorgeous, and fair enough, that could be all green screen for all I know, but it looked fantastic, and the music is great over it. Like they really hit it out of the park with the music to the point where maybe
and because they were coming in after Daft Punk smashing TRON Legacy, the music and that is just again like it's a character in the story. When it kicks in, some of those fights in TRON Legacy are just amazing, and you take away the music or change the music, and you lose not just a little bit, you lose a lot. And it's the same in this. I think the sequences are fantastic, but if there's different music, or if the music is not at the level of this, it would still look cool, but it wouldn't have that, like, especially when, like, if you see it in the cinema. And I was the only person in the IMAX that went to see this movie, so yeah, there was no one else there, but the seats were fucking rumbling. You're just like, yeah, if I'd known there was no one there, I would have been screaming. Yes. But yeah, it's fucking just mind blowing. I love when that really kicks in, when you get that blend of, and when story doesn't really matter in those moments. It's just like it sets something up and you get these beautiful visuals with absolutely colossal sound design and score, and it's like, fucking yes. And that's 15 minutes of this movie are amazing. And if you just repeated them for an hour and a half, I'd be like, oh, 5-star, man.
I suppose actually, just because we've mentioned the visuals a little, but we've only really talked about the effects. Like the cinematographer on this, Jeffrey Cornweth, he's worked with Fincher and a bunch of stuff, Fight Club and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, I mean, got to give him props as well. Like, I mean, I always think that these movies that are so heavily, with so many heavy effects that, I think a younger me would have thought, oh, you've got a fucking piss easy job. The effects are going to do all the work. It's blah, blah, blah. But you think about what has to be done, how these shots have to be made, knowing that this fucking thing has to be fit in. I think
it's a different skill set altogether. I think.
Yeah, I think it's great, and there's some great stuff as well. I think in the car park, that it's part of that bike chase and stuff, where you're looking at it, going, fucking man, that looks really, really great. Not just because of the effects, but just the shots when they're the way it's following the bikes and all the rest of it. Like, it's really, really impressive.
Well, the camera movement is fantastic. Yeah, really. It again elevates the scenes, especially when it's, you think like, oh, it's just fucking bikes flying around the place, but you still have to, you're still designing the shots and choosing where you want to put the camera and moving the camera around, and with all the lighting and everything. It's just, for just those sequences to look that good. I mean, everyone's flying on all cylinders, and it's not just like, oh, visual effects stuff. It's cinematography has a big part in that as well, and he fucking knocked it out of the park. Yeah, and he made Jared Leto look really, really pretty as well, which is probably ticking boxes.
I suppose before we start, we might as well put a star rating on it before we move into our spoilered section. But I will, I think that I couldn't agree more when you said at the start that it's essentially a very long music video, because the characters are so hollow and it's all about the visuals and music. So I mean, it's pretty much spot on. But what would you give it if you had to put a star rating on it?
Oh, I give it 2 stars. I think it's a really, really, it's not a good movie, but it's the most enjoyable, not good 2-star movie that I've seen in a while. Just because 15 minutes of it are great. And Gillian Anderson's in it for a minute and a half, which I really enjoy her. She should have been, if she was the bad guy instead of her petulant son, if they just went, fuck it, actually just put a female as a bad guy. Disney can't seem to do that.
I wonder it's because you already have the females as the good guys, and they're probably like, no, we're not having they're on their
spreadsheet, like, no, can't have that.
Too many women.
She would have been, yeah, exactly. That would have been fucking excellent, and it would have brought a bit more, because the villain, we haven't even talked about him, but he's just throwaway fucking nonsense.
It's a shame, because like I said, he's like, I mean, what's to say, Evan Peters is like an award-winning excellent actor, and he's doing his best with a very, very paper thin role.
And yeah, he's directed into oblivion with this. Just nonsense caricature shite. What would you give it?
I'm going to give it a whole star higher than you. I'm going to give it a
Oh
3.
wow!
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3 because
That's
I
the
really
furthest
enjoyed
away
it.
we've been in movies.
Yeah,
I
I think it
normally
is.
about a
But
half star out.
like I said, despite all its flaws, as a piece, as a whole movie, I walked out going, actually, that was a bit of fun. Like I liked the action
Hmm.
was great, the visuals were great, the soundtrack was great. It's just the acting, yeah, the script, and a lot of other shit was terrible. Um, but it was enough for me to think I have to be honest. That was the feel I came out of it going. Actually, that was a bit of fun. And so I'm gonna go with 3 stars because I've given movies that I've disliked more than this and wouldn't watch again 3 stars as well. So I'm just gonna be honest and say yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, well then why don't we? If you're leaving us there, thanks a mil, and we'll see you on the next one. If you're hanging on to Spoiler Town, we're just going to have a quick yap about a few bits that we didn't want to ruin. I'm just going to ask because I'm completely baffled by some of the technology. Right, I get it. It was already far fetched to computerizing him, to bring him back in and bringing him back. Right, so it's something that was biological gets broken down into and put into the computer and then brought back. But the idea of creating
reconstituted? Like they just they just say it, and it's like, but how can you do that?
Like I would almost get they said it was somehow your brain's hooked up to it, and your consciousness goes into it, and this is its representation, like the Matrix or whatever. But like Jared Leto, to look the way he does, like he must have been designed by Evan Peters to look that way, to be this program inside the computer, and he gets made into real. So how did they make a machine that makes something organic that was never organic? Like I get the idea of from the first one, it was already that's the technology is it can turn organic into a thing. And
making machinery and stuff makes sense. Okay, you can 3D print a tank with moving parts and all this stuff, but it's like they just kind of go, no, you can make things and people now, and people that at the end of this movie, Jared Leto just goes off to fucking Monaco wherever he goes.
Well, yeah.
De Monte, growing hair, grows his beard, cyber Jesus, and I'm just going to go off and live my life. And it's like, are you a real person? Like, do you age? Do you grow? Like, what's happening here?
He has to still be a robot, because like he has to still be a robot. It's only the permanence thing that because he's driving along. You see him when he's walking upstairs. He can see stuff thinking, and like he's gauging people's like he's accessed the internet basically, and he's checking people's names, and all these things are popping up at first, and he can see the rain, and he can see all these different things popping up on his what he views through his eyes as a computer program of a person. The only difference now is like he's still back in our real world. He's still that thing, but now he's not going to disappear after this 29 minutes, which is what their problem is. The reason they can't need things in the real world. So yeah, he is essentially
degrade. Yeah.
So is he organs on the inside? And if he is organs on the inside, well then does he have all that fucking cool computer vision, fucking Terminator stuff going on?
Because that's the whole thing. Because the whole I think idea of it is because they went further, and the fact that Eve is kind of going, her plan was, or her test to break the 29-minute limit of before they fucking just deconstruct or whatever. She's like, she constructs, was an orange tree or something like that. And I was like, okay, an orange tree, all right. What the fuck is that? Just like what's are we gonna find out a bit more about that? And then someone fucking eats the orange or something later, and just like, okay, so it's just that does that tree have roots? Is that you're able to create everything? Then can you create?
Yeah, like that's
so exactly you can create people and food and everything, and it's like, so is this guy a real person? Because the whole thing, like the whole plot centers around, or the people win the day. The good guys win the day because one of the programs, can't remember the lady's name, the bad lady, because it rains.
Athena,
and she's like, oh, yeah, Athena, yeah, and because she is marveled by rain, that's why she doesn't kill everybody. And it's like, what the fuck is all this? What's the point of this fucking movie? It's like they're just it's like they came up with a load of fucking ideas on little post-its and just threw them at the wall and they said, "Oh, this will all work." But if you dig deep into any one of them, I'm sure they can explain it because, oh well, we said something there in that thing, just
Yeah,
like, or
but
why is Jared
barely.
Leto able to do that? They go, oh well, no, because we said the bad guy said solve this by any means necessary. Because I said that, that means his program can break all its overrides and stuff. And I'm sure they've tried to put things in the script that explain all these things, but that's not enough. It's just like
No, it's not. Like I get that even from a motives point of view, how he's able to break his program, or why she
mm,
goes off the fucking rails. When she's doing her any means necessary, when she's fucking
mm.
this big driving a spaceship thing through the city. I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can explain that away, but the technology itself, like a 3D printer, you have to have the cartridges and the filaments, whatever, all that crap that goes into it, to stuff to print from. And the idea in the first one was that he was taken from real world into the thing and then back out to real world again, because you have to have matter there to begin with. So what is this tree made of?
What's the fuel?
What's the fuel exactly? What's the fuel? Like what is it made of? What's the matter that you got that this laser is then able to turn into an actual organic matter? Like what do you feed into it? There's like, is it magic?
But what are the ramifications of that? That's more interesting than fucking anything else. It's just
like, where is that coming from? And it'd be cool if we found out that while they were doing that they thought, I think a cooler premise would have been that they think they're doing good by making these things, but then you find out it's actually having a horror, like the fucking Prestige. Like you think that this really cool thing is happening, but actually the after effect is that it's killing off all these digital people who are living lives.
The rug pulling moment, and it's like,
where they're like, oh, look, we've been doing this, we've been saving lives. Like, no, here's what's actually been happening because of what you've been doing with your technology, something like that.
Tearing a hole in the earth or something.
Yeah, it gives you some fucking cool, stakes where you thought you were doing good, but really, this is what's happened. Here's the price you pay for meddling with this kind of thing. But no, it's just
100%. That was far more. The ramifications of this new technology, and that coupled with this fucking maniac, kind of, or these, not even the fact that like he's bringing these things into the real world for corporate gain or whatever, but the fact that the programs overtake, even though it's a cliche, but the fact that maybe they can bring themselves into this world or something like that, and you're going, there you have it. That's, even saying that sentence, you go, ooh, that's fucking, that would be really cool. Like, but nothing in here, just the script just doesn't do anything with it. It's almost like it's scared to go down that rabbit hole of kind of, because it makes it a different movie. Probably you can't have as much footage and shots of Jared Leto just looking plain and boring into camera and just this weird fucking kind of smirky smile. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Stop showing me shit shots of him and tell me some more about this cool tech. Explain it to me.
I think the implications of this stuff being real world, it brings up so many ethical questions, and that would have been cool to kind of dive into some of that. If you think of, say, him hacking, and he goes, right, we're going to hack in, I want you to get in and get her file. And, rather than it being a bunch of code, he's just doing a bunch of typing, Evan Peters on his computer. But we see what it is. It's in the real, we see Jared Leto and his team of lads in the red are all breaking into a place and literally breaking in. And then the guys who are coming at to block them, they're smashing them up and blah, blah, blah. They're using there's the blue guys against the red guys, and blue guys are getting shot down left, right, and center and getting killed. Fine, if they're just computers and just digital, blah, blah, blah. The thing is that these things, we now know that these things have the potential to be real human beings, i.e. fucking Jared Leto out on his fucking piece of shit motorbike driving around wherever he is, and at the end of the movie. So if that's what this is, surely when they go, hang on a second, does she at any point go, hang on a second, are there a bunch of people like you in this getting killed the whole time? Each time we run a fucking safety, like an antivirus, or if you saying there's little people, there's people in there that could be human beings on the outside, but we're just slaughtering them? Is that what you're saying? Like,
and why is that playing out in real time for us when normally a computer program can do that in about a quarter of a second? And just like, but they act it all out, and then even in that cyber attack where they're inside the machine, and it's playing out for, you know, an action set piece, and then one guy gets his leg chopped off and digitized, or falls apart, and it's like Jared Leto's like, no, I'm going to go back for him, and just like, but you could just make another one, and then the bad guy just kills them all.
Yeah, he just
2 minutes later anyway, they all
just kills them all,
and they all come back in their control room, and it's like, what's the point of that? Like, that's not a dramatic beat. That's not the weight of a scene or implications on characters.
And come here, is
nothing. There's no point for that scene.
Was that the dude from Star Wars? That bloke?
Which one?
The guy who's on the ground that he doesn't want to leave behind. I think that's that dude from those Star Wars games I haven't played. You're mad into. I only tried the first one. There's two of them.
Oh yeah. The fucking hell. Cal
something. Yeah, really weird looking dude. Yeah. Pretty sure that was him. I'm smallest role ever for him.
I know. For like 20 seconds. But like from the script point, like there's that's why when I was thinking about the script taking so long, being rewritten, and all this, the fact that there's a moment in it where Jared Leto is in the van when he escapes with Eve, and this is the moment where you're just going, oh, is this their bonding character progression or something? But Jared Leto it's an exposition dump on another level. Like, it's an exposition dump where he's explaining her relationship to the company and her sister dying and all this stuff. But then he tells her what she's feeling and how she's felt about it and all this stuff. And she's in the fucking car. Like, it's like, let her tell us why you she's just sitting there going, oh yeah, this is great. Just going, oh my God, is this like, was this a different scene? And Jared Leto being Jared Leto kind of went, you know what would really be cool? What if I just say all of her dialogue as well?
I'm sure she showed up going, I think there must be a misprint here on the script, because his name seems to be before a bunch of my lines. Like, yeah, no, he's changed it. He's changed it.
Yeah, he's telling the audience how I felt about my dead sister. Like, okay, fucking hell, yeah, that just did my fucking nut. But well, look, are there any other positives or negatives from you?
No, like I'm going to be talking myself out of my 3-star thing if we keep on going. So I'm happy to.
And I still think, like, if I had heard you talk about this before I went in to see it, I probably would have liked it more. You know, if you go in with a kind of a lower bar. But just talking on the budget, like the just how small scale that invasion is, it's essentially like 3 people against 2 people or something. That's fucking it. But like, when afterwards I saw the 180 million, and you go and just, if you think about one of the first movies we did, The Creator, which was 80 million, and the scale of some of the fucking visual effects in that, I know it's a different type of visual effect, but the difference is mind blowing. You would actually think you could switch the budgets around. But yeah, 180 million, I want, if you're going to go full invasion of the Tron world into our world, it's got to be a full fucking invasion. Like, come on, it's not just 3 people on fucking motorbikes or jetpacks, you know.
Oh yeah, one last thing actually. Where the fuck did those jets come from? The fighter jets. There's a bunch of cops going, what the fuck's going on? What's that big ship? And then all of a sudden, 2 fighter jets appear out of nowhere. We don't see army guys in the base going, there's a fucking UFO flying around the fucking city. These jets appear out of fucking nowhere. We didn't even get a scene of them saying. No scene of anybody just going, by the way, can you put in some jets because there's a big fucking alien ship or whatever. And where did they print that giant alien thing? Like, with the hangar, that's bigger than the building where the laser is in. How would you print that fucking ship? It's just, yeah. Anyway, well, look, we'll leave it at that. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. As always, keep on liking, subscribing, commenting. Did you like Tron Ares? Let us know what you think. Are you probably I would imagine most of you are on the side of Daz here. But yeah, keep the feedback coming, and we will see you next week for the next one. Bye bye.
Take it easy.